been like 2 months, or 3 months. It's been 3 months. Oh my gosh, since I made a podcast, and I literally am so pissed off with myself for not sticking to the promise of making an episode like every week or something. Because I truly was just such. I was just giving myself excuses, you know. I was like first like, oh, I changed my phone and then that doesn't work. Now I'm actually using my old phone, my iPhone 12, to because I bought this mic with a lightning adapter, and my new phone doesn't have it. It's just Type C. So I was like, oh, once I get the adapter, then I will like film a video. I never got to do it. I bought a part. It didn't work. So I was like, it's just a sign. So silly of me. So now I'm actually filming a voice recording because I don't feel confident being in front of a camera right now. So that's truthfully the statement why. And if you can hear scissors cutting, it's because I'm actually meal prepping now. And I'm actually cutting some vegetables that I cooked with like a beef and chicken mix. And those who work with me, those who are like in the same company as me, always see me bring this Tupperware with chicken and broccoli and rice. And it's the same meal every single time, every single day. And I don't complain because it's very nutritious, it tastes pretty good. And yeah, it works for me. So yeah, I'm actually meal prepping now. And I wanted to film a an episode about burnout because holy crap, it's March 10th today, and I have been on this new internship, semi-new internship at Upper Changi Road, which is like the east side of Singapore, for the past 3 months. I started on the 8th of January, now it's March 10th, so exactly 3 months. And I feel so incredibly burnt out. Like, no joke, I feel like a shell of a human being. I know I sound energetic now because it's like, oh, I'm filming a podcast and it's like adrenaline, but truly my eyes are so swollen, even though I've slept like a proper 10 hours, but that 10 hours cannot like replenish the daily 5 to 6 hours of sleep that I get when I'm working there because I wake up so early and sleep so late. Because of the traveling that takes me from my house to my workplace, it takes an hour and a half to get there in one way and an hour and a half to come back. So can you imagine just 3 hours of me commuting every single day? It's like mind-boggling that I can do it for so long, and I have to do it for the next like year and a half because I'll be attached to them for like until I graduate basically. And yeah, I have to admit that when I first started my first day, like on the January 9th or something, I actually had a huge mental break. I like a huge breakdown. Like I was crying on the way home and at home for like an hour and a half because I remember when I did this internship my first year. I'm the third year now. My first year I went to this internship, same place, and I told myself I would never ever come back here again to intern. Not because I hate the company or anything. I love the company. I actually love to work here if it was nearer, but it's because of the traveling, the amount of energy and the anxiety it gives me because I have so little time left in my day to do anything and to rest even. So when I got the news that I was relocated to this branch, long story, but I actually secured a place in a much nearer location, but they changed me last minute and swapped me back into this east side location. I was so devastated and I couldn't do anything about it because it was a company policy thing and like I had no say in it. I had no choice but to take the role. And I was so upset. And I like went through that 5 stage of grief, like anger, like what is it called? Sadness, and then like the dejection, like what's it called? Like like I just didn't want to accept it. And then finally when I accepted it, it's like the feeling of when, okay, I don't know how relatable this example will be, but it's like when you go for a tattoo and you know that it's going to be a really painful session, and the first like 10 minutes is like hell, an absolute hell. But after that 10 minutes you kind of accept the fate, like, oh, this is my life, this I have to endure it no matter what. So you kind of just like close your eyes and let the pain wash through you. That was how I felt like when I had my mental breakdown, and towards the end of the breakdown I was like, you know what, this is my life for the next year and a half. I have to accept it. Fighting it will only make me suffer twice. So I was like, okay. As painful as it was, and I still feel the remorse, the kind of grief every single day that I travel there, but at least now it's less prominent. I know how to manage it a little bit better. So like when it comes up, I just like self-soothe a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to talk about burnout because I'm pretty sure everybody who's lived in this country in Singapore has experienced it since a very young age and continue to experience it for the rest of our lives because of how competitive and stressful our society is in general. So I hope that this episode is relatable to a few or to a few group of people. I cannot explain to you how depressing it is to see people on public transport, and myself included, to see myself just live to work, you know what I mean? Like, we are always sad. I don't know how to explain to you, like, we have no joy in our eyes, we have no passion, we have no drive outside of making money and surviving or just buying materialistic things, because that's what our job is for, is to buy things so we feel accomplished, you know. But there is no room for any kind of like personal joy or hobbies, you know, all the things that we love to do when we were like in secondary school and like basically a child up until we're 18. Like, everything that once mattered to us is being put on a back burner simply because we have no energy or time left to pursue them. And I really felt the hit recently because I love going to the gym. As you guys know, I'm meal prepping right now because this is what makes me me, you know what I mean? Like, this meal prepping, going to the gym, being disciplined, living a healthy lifestyle, that is my identity. Working at this job, whatnot, it's not my identity. It is simply a means, and a side hobby, I would say, like a side passion. Like, oh yeah, and I do engineering by on the side. But that's not who I am fundamentally. Fundamentally, I am more than just my job, my major, even my hobbies. I can't say that gym is the only thing that makes my identity, because I am so much more than that. But when you start working a corporate job in Singapore, it feels like your entire identity is surrounded by the place you work at, your job title, the amount of money you make, because it's all consuming. It takes up your entire time. All your friends, your social circle are your colleagues, because you see them every single day for 8 hours or 9 hours or more a day, and your entire social circle, your social life, everything is surrounded in your workplace. And I think that's just so sad. And for someone who is just starting to go back into this corporate life again, right, feels like a culture shock to me, and it's a bit rough because I have to slowly adapt to it. And I know that the adults who have been doing this for a long time, be like, oh, you'll get used to it eventually. But I don't want to get used to it. This is so sad. And everyone I've talked to, and being the interns that are also interning with me right now, they all said, like, I can't imagine life like this. It's so depressing. And I totally agree. And I feel really bad for us that this is somehow the dream life that all of us are chasing after. We work so hard for our degrees, our schools. We start from literally kindergarten and having tuition since kindergarten so that we can end up in the best primary, secondary, JC, and then uni. And then this is the life that we're working towards. Like, it's so... there must be more, you know what I mean? There must be more to life than this. And having this, like, going back to gym, right? I've actually have not been performing the best in the gym because I just have been so tired. Like, the amount of sleep that I've been getting is so concerning. I think that's my biggest factor right now. Not having enough sleep for me is the biggest cause of burnout for me right now. And I don't know if I can do much about it because I have a schedule. I have to do everything on my schedule before I go to bed. And if that schedule takes a bit longer for some days, I can't help it. I really can't. And I am really, really trying to, like, quicken things up, my schedule. I'm trying to rush my gym schedule, trying to rush back on the MRT and get back home as soon as possible. But then my life is just rushing and I never really enjoy what I'm doing at all. And I don't know if that's the trade-off that I want to have. As you can tell, I'm still finding my balance while being burnt out. And I truly am so sad right now. I can't even, like, go for events for my friends, my family events, being myself anymore. I feel like I'm just a zombie walking around. Everyone who sees me can see the fatigue in my eyes. And I don't know how to explain to them that this is like, my biggest fear is that this is who I am going to be like for the rest of my life, because this is the last thing I want to be. I don't want to be a shell of a person. I want to be the bubbly, sarcastic, sassy person that I am. The one that loves going to the gym, is so passionate about it and like keeps talking about it non-stop, and, you know, just have all this passion. And I really miss being that person with all that drive. So right now I'm trying to find that version of me again. And through like things like cooking for myself and I don't know, little habits that I used to do a lot and I find a lot of joy in that slowly became a chore. I'm slowly trying to bring back that spark, you know? And yeah, and if any of my friends or family members are listening to this, I just want to say I'm really sorry that I haven't been the person that I was or the person I am for the past 3 months or 4 months because truly I am barely holding up. I'm barely holding up. You can tell in my voice it's not doing good, but I just want to say I'm so sorry that I couldn't show up the way that I used to or the way that I would like to. I have missed a few events, a few birthday parties, and like I feel so bad. I truly do feel like the guilt is all consuming. But I just want to I want to like reassure you, but at the same time I don't know if I can. But I want to let you know that I'm trying my best to find my balance again, to try and find my groove and try to make all this work out somehow. And like still have my passion, still have my me time, time with my boyfriend, like everything's trying to balance it out. It will take time. It will take time. And I do believe that I can do it. I really do. It's just that it might take a while of being in the like in the zone of discomfort. Okay, now let's move on to something more positive, okay? Because it's honestly very depressing to hear. Just speaking it makes me feel so depressed. So I'm gonna move on. One thing that I heard from Sam Sulik, who all the fitness people probably know, he said that, well, what did he say? I literally just listened to it while I was meal prepping. He said like, to stand out. Yeah, okay, so this is what he said exactly. He said, this might be quotable, and it absolutely is. He said, to stand out, you gotta stick it out. And I was like, damn, that's so true. Because he mentioned how when he was like still very like light in his weight and like he was still he was still a beginner lifter and everything. When he was eating and training in like crazy freaky ways, like eating hard boiled eggs in school or tuna and canned tuna in school, people would make fun of him for like, why are you doing that? Like why you're not even like big, you know? And I feel that this applies to everything in your life, not just fitness. Maybe in your career, your passion, your I don't know, anything like in your work. If you train or work like a maniac and people question you because you don't have the results to prove it yet, let them. It doesn't matter. You're just gonna brush it off and say like, in your head at least, like they're being mean, they're being insecure. They wish they had something for them and that's why they're trying to bring me down as well. Just keep telling yourself that. And I feel that it's really true. It does work because I was in that position once and I get weird looks all around when I bring my Tupperware to lunch. I literally bring it out to them. When they go out to restaurants, I pull out a Tupperware with like my own spoon and stuff. Then like people just look at me weird. But they might not get it ever. Even if you get your results, even if you have things to prove for yourself, they might still judge you and think you're weird or whatever. Just know that first of all, if those are not your people, they're not your people. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to force them to like you, understand you, to validate you in any ways. You don't need to. As long as you know what you're doing is meant for you, is what you really want to do, who cares what people think? Right. You live for yourself and those people wish they had something going on for them. They wish they had the passion for something in their life, like how you have passion for your own thing. So don't let them, rain on your parade. Like you do you, okay? You shine, you stand out, you be the best, but you need to stick it out. You need to stick it out. And I'm going to tell myself that right now because I am going through a period of really bad body image. After Finland, the exchange, I gained a bit of weight simply because I was in like negative 15-degree temperature and also the fact that the food there was pretty good. I cannot lie. And I had abundance of food there. I was like eating chicken and like beef and everything and like really training well. Had my protein shake. I was feeling really good. And I don't regret doing any of that. But right now in Singapore when it's hot as hell, it is the heat. It feels like the Satan's butthole here, okay? I'm not even kidding. So being at a higher body weight with all this extra meat around me, it feels really warm and clammy and I don't like it. Also, I feel really heavy and my face is really puffy. So I'm trying to make a change for it. I'm trying to make a change and trying to like eat healthier, back on track where I was doing when I was younger. Before I went to Finland. But the thing is, I don't have the results to show that, oh, I'm actually dropping weight, or I feel like, oh my god, I'm instantly skinny. You know what I'm saying? Ugh, I hate that word. But like the progress, the results doesn't come immediately. That's why I need to stick it out. I need to trust the damn process. A lot of the times, especially with like weight loss or weight gain, or like there's something to do with your physique, your body has a delay, a very long delay, at least like 3 months before you actually have the results of what you're doing. Like the things you're doing now, the habits, everything you're making, doesn't show for like at least 3 months. So if in the first 2 weeks you're like, oh my god, I look the same, and like you're like suffering or whatnot. Firstly, you don't have to suffer when you're trying to recomp, when you're trying to like change your body. You're supposed to do it in a very gradual and slow way, such that you don't even feel like you're doing anything. That's the best, most successful method, because you're going to do it for long term. All right. Secondly, you cannot expect anything to happen in 2 weeks. You might even regress because your previous habits are still spilling over. And that's one of my biggest downfalls, that like the fact that my body has a spillover rate of like 2 weeks and 3 weeks, because my body reacts in a delay method. So even if I started eating clean like a week ago, or like eating healthier again a week ago, I've been tracking everything, I still might gain like fluff on my body, and I feel gross because, or like feel uncomfortable because the results don't show for at least a good 3 or 4 weeks, or like a month at least. So in my head, I'm like, oh my god, something is wrong because I'm eating clean, but I'm still regressing. It's not that, sweetie. It's not that. It's just your body trying to let your previous old habits, the effects of it happen and let it pass, and then your new habits that have been going on for the past week will have its turn. They're waiting patiently for its turn, like it's queuing up for the results to come. So just be patient. It's very uncomfortable, but you just have to stick it out, like what Sam Sulek said. Stick it out so you can stand out. All right, that is my biggest like advice for myself. Honestly, right now I'm also going through it. I feel like I'm in rock bottom right now, but I know that I'm on the right path, and I'm getting closer and closer to my goals. Every so often, I look in the mirror and be like, oh damn, I look kind of good. I'm actually flexing in the mirror right now as I say it, and I'm like, yeah, I look kind of good. Yeah, and I think you should do that too. Like, you should constantly remind yourself that you are on the right path. If you are doing the right thing, first of all, you gotta be doing the right thing. Okay, let's not lie here. Let's not be delusional here. Okay, but once you're doing the right steps, just sit in it and kind of let go of the control of the outcome. You kind of have to do that. You kind of have to like put trust in whatever you're doing, put trust in your body, and just try it out. You're not gonna die, okay? Like the worst case scenario is death, okay? And you are not gonna die, so just relax. It ain't that serious. Chill out. Even if you regress, it's okay. Just tweak. If after 2 weeks and you're still not seeing anything, just change a little bit here and there. You don't need to see results instantly. Like it takes time. It really does take time. And the best, oh my god, let me tell you, the best kind of results is the one that you least expect. Because when you're thinking like, oh, everything is plateauing or stagnating, then bam, one day you wake up, you're like, holy crap, when did my delts look so good? When was my bicep so big? You'd have to, the moment you stop expecting results and you just sit and go with that, go with the flow of improvement that you have been like trying to implement every day, and just do the habits every single day. Don't even think about it. The results come to you when you least expect it. Trust me on this. Like seriously, trust me on this, because that will be when you start seeing results, right? You'll be like, wow, I'm so glad I did that. I'm so glad I stuck it out through the tough periods. Trust me, it'll be good. I just made this like ginger lemon tea thing. Actually tastes pretty good. I just boiled some ginger and like some lemon juice. It's supposed to help with like, I don't know. Ginger is like a magical herb plant. And ginger and lemon sounds really good right now, so I just bought some and drank it, and it really is pretty good. Yeah, so that's great. What else did I mention? Right. one of the reasons why I haven't been sleeping a lot is because there's been a lot of big changes in my life. I won't be publicly saying all this, like announcing it, that's a word. I won't be announcing what these big changes are because these are like quite personal. But I have to factor in the fact, I have to factor in the fact. I have to factor in the, I can't, okay. I have to factor in that, yes, that I have all these big changes in my life. So I need to have more grace for myself. And if you're going through like a big change, a big shift in your career, your work, your workout split, your health, your relationship status, I don't know, like anything big happening in your life, you have to understand that your body is going to react in a way that may be undesirable for you or unexpected at least. And you just have to let it happen because your body is adjusting. It's trying to survive, trying to adapt. So just let it be. Trust that you can handle it. And just relax. Okay, let go of the outcome. Let go of the need to see the outcome. Yeah. And you truly will feel so much lighter in your head once you do that. I can't lie, right? I was looking out my window as I was like saying this whole monologue, and this one dude just looked up and like stared at me for a good second. And I'm not wearing anything right now. I'm wearing a sports bra, so so all you saw was a random chick like holding a glass of something, speaking out into the window like some kind of philosophical, I don't know, some person, and then I had to try so hard not to break my monologue. It was so awkward. But you see, no one gives a shit, and who cares? I probably never see him ever again, so it's fine. Yeah. What I'm gonna do next, I've just meal prepped 6 Tupperwares of food. I have 1 Tupperware ready for me after gym, and I'm gonna go to the gym soon. I might get a little snacky before I go, a little coffee maybe, and then I'll have a really great gym session. Today felt like a really great day. Like it felt like a day of a reset. It's a Sunday today, and I feel like I'm slowly getting back in my groove again. And I'm really happy about it. So yeah, thank you for listening.